strand of form is better than the other, or if you've got better than a hunch, you've got some meaningful evidence that one bit of form is better than the other, then it might be a race in which you want to play.
Well, especially when 50% of the market is taken up with a horse who may win, but I think the form. Well, let's start with Chaparral, for instance. I think the form is suspect here last night. I know the third's come out and won the Chatter's Friend yesterday, but it took place in the mist, so it's hard to glean exactly what happened. But the time was a really moderate time. I don't think it was a strong race, and although he won, he ran well and with promise. I just don't think his form is particularly trustworthy. And on the flat, he was rated 76, Running Cloud was rated 77, Tiffany Top was rated 78. So we've got horses of similar actual ability. It's a question whether you completely buy it. It might be that it was good form, and maybe he's a completely different hurdler. He's obviously trained by a man who knows how to train hurdlers, so maybe he has improved, but again, at that sort of price, I want to see him improve it.
And he wasn't fancied either last time. 25, 16, 25, the SPs of the first three home in that juvenile hurdle over Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. As I say, the one who franked the form yesterday, Probini, I sort of knew the horse from the flat a little bit. A horse who for a long time has wanted a positive ride, I think. He's quite a one-paced horse, and I thought he was given a more positive ride at Hunton yesterday, in what was an ordinary Chatter's Friend, I think, anyway. But I do think he probably showed slightly improved form yesterday because he was given the ride I'm talking about.
Yeah, we might have had slightly more idea had the winner of that race made it to Huntingdon, but he didn't because of the traffic problems. Alan King is double-handed here. Tiffin Top is quite strong in the market, relatively speaking, and Wayne Hutchinson appears to have chosen him over Running Cloud, who was a rather listless fourth in a juvenile hurdle at Newbury.
Yeah, I would make the same choice. I thought Tiffin Top form is at least as solid. I mean, I'd have him probably even closer to the favourite in the betting. He was a bit keen early on at Taunton, and he paid for that later on. He just sort of no extra from the last, but I thought he ran okay. He wasn't. He's never won on the flat. He's a 9-race maiden, but his rate is 78. He gets a mile and a half. He ought to be fine for this sort of trip. I think the track actually will suit him, a sort of a sharp right-handed track on decent ground, and if he just settles a little bit better than he did last time out, you can make a case for him.
Flaminga is Gary Moore's representative. Gary has a pretty good line in because he won the race in which Chaparral Prince was second. Yeah,
he's interesting, isn't he? He's a bit taller than the others. He's not unattractive. He's definitely not a bay, incidentally. He's definitely a grey, so they will have to change that. Not that matters. And he's run with what looks some promise in a French bumper. I mean, I really wouldn't know the quality of the form, but he would not have to be a world beater to take part in this race.
I think you can change it. I think once it's on your passport, it's there for life.
Well, he's definitely not a bay.
Obviously bay when he was born, or looked more bay, and couldn't detect the flecks of grey in his tail and on his muzzle. The second Alan King runner, as I said, I thought he just ran okay at Newbury, no more Running Cloud.
He's a bit disappointing on the flat. He has got ability. I mean, he rated very similarly to the other two, but he's a 16-race maiden, and I don't know. He just went from going okay 3 out to being beaten not long after.
Going to lead the odds-on favourite in here, Chaparral Prince. And with that, we'll say very good afternoon to Mark Johnson.
Thanks, Nick. Hi, everyone. Chaparral Prince then being led forward as they walk towards the tapes at the 2-mile start, the beginning of the home straight. And they're off. Chaparral Prince has a little bit of a think about jumping off, but he does so okay, and it is Vlanen who had the early lead, but only for about 10 strides, because Chaparral Prince has now come alongside and just about put his head in front on the run towards the first flight. Flaminge is the one who's taking extremely keen hold at the back of the field of 5 as they go over the first of the 8 flights of hurdles in the Unibet Juvenile Hurdle. It is Chaparral Prince who leads them on now towards flight number 2. Vlanen is racing in second. Tiffin Top is keen in third, followed by stablemate Running Cloud as they go over the second flight of hurdles, and still extremely keen and now pulling his way up between runners is Flaminge. So a circuit to go, and it is Chaparral Prince and Nico de Boinville out in front now by half a length to Vlanen and Mark Goldstein towards the inside, racing in second, still extremely keen in third, Flaminge and Joshua Moore, and the 2 runners representing the Alan King yard are the last 2 as they go towards the far side of the track at Tiffin Top, and Wayne Hutchinson on the inside of stablemate Running Cloud and Tom Cannon on this comparatively long run towards the 3rd flight, and then the 4th flight comes up quite quickly. So the next 2 flights of hurdles taken in the space of only about 3/4 of a furlong. Chaparral Prince leads Vlanen in second. Flaminget refuses to drop his head in third as they go over that flight of hurdles. In fourth, Tiffin Top, another one who's raced keenly through the first third of the contest. And Running Cloud wasn't that fluent taking flight number 3. Over the fourth they go, and again Running Cloud this time spent a little bit of time in the air. So about to make the turn, which will take them down the back straight and on towards the halfway point of the Unibet Juvenile Hurdle, and it is Chaparral Prince who leads the way. Against the inside rail is Vlanen, and between horses Flaminget. A break of a length and a half then to Tiffin Top, and a further length back to Running Cloud. So down the back straight they go. The next 2 flights of hurdles taken in the back straight, and Chaparral Prince's lead is about 3/4 of a length as they head into the back. Vlanen towards the inside, he's ahead in front, Flaminget in third, 2 lengths away in fourth now Tiffin Top, and then a half length back to Running Cloud. He's 3 lengths off the leader, Chaparral Prince, who got that one all wrong. He was comprehensively out-jumped by Vlanen and Flaminget on the inside. Chaparral Prince still quite wide on the track, and a break of a length and a half to Tiffin Top and Running Cloud. Going on now towards the third from home. Chaparral Prince once again just claims the advantage out wide of Flaminget and on the inside of Vlanen as they rise at 3 out. And it was Flaminget who just about landed in front there. Once again, Chaparral Prince was the one who lost out in the jumping stakes, but he makes ground again now that they're on this long sweeping turn back towards home in the Kempton opener. And it's Chaparral Prince who looms up again around the outside of Flaminget, and now driven on the inside is Vlanen. Next, Tiffin Top racing alongside Running Cloud, but still you could throw a blanket over the field of 5 as they make the turn in, and 3 furlongs and 2 more flights to take. Chaparral Prince, Vlanen running big towards the inside. Then on the inside rail, Tiffin Top. Flaminget is the first one now who's coming under strong pressure and drops the back of the field, passed by Running Cloud. On now towards the second last, and Vlanen now has gone and got the lead. On the inside, Tiffin Top. Chaparral Prince needs to do more towards the near side, then Running Cloud, and tailing off is Flaminget. They're racing down towards the final furlong. 1 more flight to take. Vlanen in the centre. Far side, Tiffin Top. Near side, Chaparral Prince is rallying to the course. Here's the final flight. Vlanen will have the lead. It was a lead of a length over Chaparral Prince in second. Tiffin Top is in third, a long way back to Running Cloud. 100 yards to go. Vlanen is out in front to Chaparral Prince, and it's Vlanen who springs the shock in the opener. Vlanen wins for Mark Goldstein and Michael Madrick, and beats Chaparral Prince in second, and in third, Tiffin Top.
Massive turn-up in the opener here at Kempton Park. Vlanen has won at 20-1. The outsider of the quintet, this Michael Madgwick trained son of Captain Gerard, on his 5th hurdling start, has exposed the shortcomings in his better fancied rivals. All power to Michael.